Ba-ba-da. Okay, in the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid, he is the French hero. An adorable little kid. In the blue, it's Liquid Clem.
In the top right, the man we've been hyping up quite a bit, known for his PvT prowess. Can he show us something? It is Trap. Now, Grant, you call him just a kid, and he might now. How old are you, Grant? Tell me.
I'm 29.
29, nice, yeah. Right? I'm 25. Oh, and let me tell you something, Grant. He's 18, yes, but he's an adult. Okay, he's hit that 18 mark.
No,
he's growing up. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. These youngsters, man. These youngsters. And, I feel like I don't know how old Trap is, but Trap is someone he's been here for so long. I'm sure Gemini is watching, so maybe I'll have to watch my words about what I say. And
26 for Trap.
Okay. That's a good age. Now, when you're so young, you're just so carefree. You got everything going for you. Clem's mind, he probably has got nothing on his mind. He's just thinking, I could do 1,000 different builds. What do I want? What's going to be fun for me? He doesn't even care what's going to win. He just knows he's going to win. Any build, any situation. Now, I have seen a handful of Trap games lately. I expect him to play somewhat standard. You know what has made a bit of a comeback lately, Grant, is, and I've seen it a lot on this map, more from the European pros, something like Showtime and stuff, is Colossus drop I have seen on this map.
Yes, yeah. I've been seeing a bit more Phoenix Colossus as well coming into play. Maybe not so much on this map. I see that more on like Eternal Empire and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a Stargate opening here from Trap or a Twilight. I'd be I don't think he's going to go fast Colossus in game 1 of a series here on Everdream. I'm not sure. We are just waiting to see what his tech is going to be. He did go for the Cybercore and then into his Nexus, so the Reaper shouldn't be able to get too much done as the Adept or Stalker will pop out at the right time. Clem at home, very normal. Reaper expand by the looks of things, and Reaper's out on the map.
Yep. This is a map I feel like I see a lot of tank pushes on. But again, like either your natural or your third. Now, this is obviously isn't a one-base tank. We have a very, standard stuff coming out. Looks like standard stuff from both players. I'm not sure if Trap went core first. I imagine he did. That seems to be the meta and create the Adept already here. Oh my god, a big mistake from Clem. He's going to lose this Adept, or lose this Reaper.
Yeah, he needs to be... Oh, he doesn't get it. That's a big mistake. No scout, no information. Very uncharacteristic right now from Clem. He really hasn't seen anything. Did he even get to see the natural? Yes, okay, so we just got a peeky at that. Behind this, we can see it is a Twilight Council opening here for Trap, and Clem immediately is throwing down a bunker. I know it's relatively standard anyway, but he has to be a bit safe with no information. Yeah,
that's why core at first. I was talking to Special for a while, and he said that's the reason core first is so important, or why most players go core first, because it always forces the bunker. So the money is basically even, because the bunker is produced, and you've gone core first instead of Nexus before core. So it's basically even for the Protoss. Now, I will say some of these SCVs were beaten up by Trap. He was obviously planning on getting a little bit harass heavy with these Adepts. Now there are 2 Adepts here. This is really annoying for Clem right now.
The Hellion coming out right now for Clem does make this a little bit easier to deal with. He has his bunker too. He's going to chase this down with the Adept and a couple of Marines. Oh no! Oh my god, I thought he wasn't going to do that then. Oh, I just dropped the load in my pants.
I mean, these Adepts looking to find some damage. I mean, even this is already pretty annoying. I mean, not a whole lot being traded out. Looks like 1 Marine will fall. Now maybe the Adept will fall. Nice pick off for Clem. You're happy about that.
Yeah, I think that about evens it up. A Stalker joining the fray as well as a Probe now. This becomes a little bit more annoying. We have a few more Marines coming, but having to produce like an extra Hellion and stuff, I think for Clem isn't ideal. If you're going for like a Widowmine drop or something along those lines, you want to get that going as early as possible, and I don't think a second Hellion is that standard. You see one quite often to sort of YOLO into the base and get some information, but a second one, he's even chasing the Stalker all the way home.
Yeah, really nice control by Trap there. He saved the Adept, and he killed one of the Hellions. I'm surprised the third base has not been taken yet from Trap, and another gateway going down. I'm not sure if he is worried about... Oh, wait, so he was only on 2 gateways to start. Yeah. Okay. Now, I am still surprised he has not expanded here. His money was getting kind of high. Maybe he's going to go Blink into Colossus, perhaps? I'm interested to see where Trap is going to take this. I mean, the stereotypical Protoss base goes down around 4 minutes, 4:05. So, Trap has other plans here. Now we see it's 6 Marines coming into the main. Blink will be done, I believe. How many Stalkers do we have? We have 4 Stalkers and an Adept.
Yeah, it should be
He should be able to handle this. Yep.
The Adept may go down. That would be a nice little pickup here for Clem. Just to get 1 unit. He's going to chase the Stalkers. Might pick up 1 or 2 workers. And for 6 Marines to get this much, if he gets a Stalker, he does before Blink finishes. I don't think this is that bad for Clem. He loses 3 Marines, but he gets a Stalker. He gets, I believe, a Probe. And he got an Adept. It was a decent trade.
Yeah. Now... That was
Almost
such
third.
close timing. Blink was almost done. And we do see the Colossus coming out, it looks like. So looks like Trap is playing. This is like what I preach to players in like Diamond League, where I'm like, guys, you don't need to be a pro. You don't need to get that fast third. Play safe, get Stalker, get Colossus, just get some units out because the pushes are coming. And I mean, Clem is going to be going for it. Looks like a tank push with a Raven. I mean, something we see on this map a lot. Now, in my Protoss opinion, I like this for Clem. I mean, the third base is late, but the Raven is going to be there to handle the Colossus, and the tanks are also pretty good versus Blink Stalker Colossus. And there's no charge out. Now we do see +1 started, but I feel like army-wise, this is a good situation for Clem.
Yeah, I like what Trap is doing. He has a few Stalkers here just constantly threatening the blink in. But Clem pretty on top of things with his Raven, knows if he can get rid of the Observer, then he completely stops that push. We have 2 Observers on Clem's side of the map right now. He is going to see it there with his Raven. Nice control there from Trap to pull it back as soon as he realizes that there was units in range. Behind this, Trap's third, 3/4 of the way done. He's getting +1. He's getting everything he needs. Second Colossus already on the way. And the longer this goes, I think Clem might just be looking to take a third and move on instead of pushing.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll see what Clem decides to do. It feels like maybe he'll wait with this med. Now, I love Trap's vision. He's going to see this med back with the other Observer on the top side. He does see it. I mean, kind of interesting positioning of that Observer as well. I would never put my Observer there. I'm too scared. So, I mean, that's a really nice scout. He did see it. Did he actually see it? These Stalkers going to in the area, but they're a little bit late here. Trap has so much army on the map. I mean, I like how he's playing this PBT.
His vision is unbelievable. Like, you take a look at the vision right now, and he just sees everything and outside of the natural, basically. No drops will be able to get through. We see this medevac has managed to sneak on by. There's actually there's 3 Stalkers in the main, but combat shield finishing up. Stim is done. +1 pretty close. There's a potential for 8 Marines here to get a little bit done and force some warp-ins at home. But right now I'm a little bit worried for Clem's economy because his third base is really late. I mean, 7, probably nearly 8 minutes by the time it lands on site. Oh, this is a big push though.
So he's trying to time this up, maybe the medvac in the main at the same time of this big push. Now, Trap had great vision, but I'm not sure this Observer saw it. Charge will be done. 3 Colossus will be out. It's a good army for Trap. Can he get that Raven to start the fight off? Now the interference matrix goes down. Army chasing, force field trying to stall. Gets the Raven, nice snipe. Now Charge, shield battery here. This is looking good for Trap.
A lot of tanks sieged up in the back though, and the Zealot count is actually quite low. 3 Colossi make this very difficult. There are no Ravens. Concussive shells finishing up in just a couple of seconds now. +1 armor on the way. In terms of upgrades, it is 1 attack apiece for both of these players. The Clem is sieging up right now on this third, and he's going to force an engagement here from Trap.
This next round of Zealot should be big. Now, there are 4 tanks out. This Bio trying to find some damage, looking for the Cybernetics, but Trap is going to go for it on the front. The Zealots, the Blink Stalkers blinking to the side, going to clean up. Colossus might fall. It does not fall. All tanks fall. And Trap cleans up, but, I mean, look at the supplies. Well, does he clean up?
Clem, he could have run. He's had so much time. Run into the natural, mate. It's open. He can definitely find some damage. He's keeping Trap very busy up here in the third, but he's just not multitasking at the level I'd expect him to. The level I see Clem usually multitask, because he's had this force. Finally, now he's using it. He's running into the natural, and he will pick up definitely a couple of probes here at least. Oh yeah, this is going to do a lot of damage. And he had so much...
Yeah, 10 probes, 11 probes already falling. Even without these 11 probes, he was actually ahead. He took down both Colossus. Now, yes, tanks fell. The armies were kind of getting traded out. But actually, Trap was not trading that well there. Clem always had a supply lead, even when the fight wasn't looking amazing for him. And now there's a big army here for Clem, and he's in an amazing spot. Up 6 workers. I love his composition as well. I mean, he's still going tanks now. Templar Archive's on the way. We'll see if the Archons can, once the Archons come out. Zealots fighting Marines in the main base, and I'm just trying to find small damage. And now that there's medvacs in this pocket back here, I feel like
so annoying.
That's where Clem's going to be able to find some damage with it. I mean, look at all these cannons being produced. Trap knows is going to be there now. I think Clem's going to try to hit another timing here. Now, does he have? He's got no gases at his third base. Maybe he's going to think about an SCV pull. We'll see.
He's adding in ghosts, and he's got a few Vikings as well. Adding in the gases now. Yeah, I think Clem's going to play out a little bit longer. In terms of upgrades, we can see he is a little behind, but +2 hasn't yet started here for our Protoss player. So as long as that doesn't start up anytime soon, Clem will be able to keep up in that regards. But he's got a lot of ghosts. 2 already, a third one on the way. No enhanced shockwaves or anything like that just yet. But the Viking count as well, pretty good. He's killed 2 Colossus. The further this goes, the more Clem's army composition seems to be just getting better.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I love this situation for Clem. I mean, Storm coming on the way for Trap, but we already have Ghost out. And I mean, the Viking count is good. I think Clem can hit a strong timing with these ghosts and with these tanks if he wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't realize how good of a position he is in right now. We got the 4th base coming up ahead of the Protoss player, and he's unsieging. Maybe he thinks, yeah, maybe I can go across the map right now. Did he just kill his own Marine?
Marauder.
Oh!
I caught that, Clem. I'm going to message him after this game, but only if he wins.
Only if he wins.
Yeah, you don't do it when they lose. They don't like that. Clem's army split up quite nicely here. He knows there is stuff going on. He's had Marine spotters across the map. Both of these guys have really prioritized vision. And again, Clem now, he sees this army, that Marine, maybe not having the best day at work. +2 is on the way for Trap. Clem has started his +2 weapons as well, so he's really not too behind. Ghost is leading the charge here, looking for that EMP. He gets the High Templars. That Storm gone.
Yep, there's 2 more High Templars in the back, but I mean, just 1 Ghost and a Marauder for 2 of the High Templars. A nice trade, and this is a big army for Clem, but it still will come down to the position. Now, there are 3 batteries here. That's something you don't see every day. I will say, the Storm, you know, instead of the Disruptor, that is more of a Korean move. Now, we see the War Prism coming in for Zealots. There is some bio close by at the natural, but the fight's coming in. The Storm, Colossus, kind of engaging a lot of Zealots on the natural.
Can't keep up. I need to be Mapu to be able to do this. Nope. 16 SCVs go down, and it actually looks like the Zealots are going to stand strong and maybe even clean up the rest of the bio here. Vikings having to land. Meanwhile, Clem's not finding what he needs at the 3rd base here. There are so many batteries. Storms still... Are there still storms here?
I think he just EMP'd it. He made an arc. I can't really see it either. The fight looks like it's happening. I mean, 16 workers falling. Maybe Clem feels like he's kind of all in. The Mega Battery going down.
2 batteries.
Yep, Clem's in a nice position. I mean, Trap is looking, he's just trying to wait for his army,
but get the base.
Gets the base, gets a lot of units. Now, Trap going for it with a big concave. The Zealots, not that many Zealots though. The Archons pushing forward his Trap. Clem has a lot of bio left there. Still tanks. There's only a couple of Colossus. Zealots trying to reinforce, but an amazing fight for Clem.
Look at the supply encannings. All of a sudden, Clem up 60 supply despite losing so many workers. He had so many that it really didn't matter. His production is great. He still has Ghosts. He killed all of the High Templars or forced them to morph into Archons, which of course are good, but against Ghosts, they're not fantastic. His upgrades now kicking in. He will have 2-2 ahead of his opponent, who is only getting 1 upgrade at a time. Trap is double expanding right now to try and get back into this, and Clem is pushing out with the rest of his forces. Here comes the reinforcements. Even landed Vikings trotting over there to try and take the fight.
Yeah, nice little engagement in the middle of the map for Trap. He is so far behind. The army is weaker, and the economy is so much better for Clem. I mean, it would be very hard for... the only way I can see Trap winning is if he gets a Disruptor. Trap, if you can hear me right now. We need some Disruptors, I think. But, I mean, the situation looking amazing. Wow, Clem even scanned the 4th base. He saw it, and then Trap canceled that double Nexus. So, Clem all over it. That medvac in the back's still alive. I'm not sure how much that's done. But,
it's getting in. So it lost a couple more Marines. There is a cannon here. 4 Marines don't take this out. +2 infantry is about to finish up here. 10 seconds on the right-hand side of the screen. Planetary coming down on the 4th for Clem, who's adding more and more Ghosts. His upgrade's now pushing ahead. He's getting everything he needs defensively so that he can win aggressively. And he's going to catch the Prism. That was a full Prism.
That might have had the 4 High Templars in it as well. There's no Templars on the ground. That definitely had the Templars in it.
Oh, now, that's awful.
Clem senses blood in the water. He's chasing it. He knows that he's got this. I mean, the Trap's army looking for damage, but it's actually just distracting half of his units. The Vikings just shelling away at the Colossus. The bio is stimming forward, chasing it down. There's not much left here for Trap. And game 1 goes to your boy.
And that Prism that sat in the back for so long, and came in and got another 10 workers.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the game. So, phenomenal start there from Clem. Let's just reiterate, this is Trap, one of the best PvT players on the planet, like arguably the best. And Clem looked really good. Went blow for blow and then some.
And now we got Clem's map pick. So I mean, geez, I feel like the build from Trap that game would be something I'd see on this map. You know, something smaller, something a little bit safer. But because this is a map where it's kind of scary to take a fast third as Trap. So I'm interested to see him go for that build on game 1. I don't think the build necessarily lost Trap the game, but it was kind of remarkable that fight outside Trap's 3rd base with the Colossus and the charge lots. I mean, it looked like Trap was cleaning up, but he was just always down in supply. And then maybe that's what happens when you go Colossus and you don't have as much stock or Zealot. You're ramping up a little slower. And congrats to Clem winning game 1. I mean, pretty scrappy. I mean, you got to feel good about a game like that. The game was a little bit weird. Both players did something, Trap mostly did something kind of a little different. Not crazy out of the ordinary. But, when you get that first dub, you just feel good about yourself.
Yeah, especially against like a top Korean player, because there's still even though obviously the Europeans and the Americans and even, all the foreign scene have caught up, there's still that aura about these top Koreans, about these top GSL players that you don't play that often. Like, how good are they? We don't get to see them too much. And Clem's just showing that not only can he hang, but he can shoot some hoops with them.
That's
right.
Now,
we are into map 2 here on Submarine, and in the bottom right, playing for a team.
Is he on Jin still? I'm not
That's
sure.
what I'm checking. Playing for the team that is named after something. He is playing for Jin Air Green Wings, the aeroplane company. You're good. He is the Red Protoss player. It's Trap.
In the top left, looking to create more hype for himself. He's trying to become the most hype player. It is Clem. From Team Liquid. It is Clem. It's funny because obviously we have Cyril, we have Raynor, we have these players. But, it's like Clem is Clem is the newest riser. So it's like he almost has more hype, because does Cyril even have hype? You just know he's good. You know Raynor's good. So it's like those guys, they have hype, but it's like, Clem is kind of the hype guy now. People are like, oh yeah, Clem is everything, right?
After seeing his run in the EU Masters, which qualified him for this tournament, I tweeted it, I see him as up there with Cyril and Raynor when he is at his best. Like, maybe he's not as consistent. He plays a little bit more wild and a little bit scrappier than them at times. But I think, he's the same age as Raynor. He's only improving literally week by week at Counter-Strike and StarCraft, apparently. I'll have a little bit of a SCV probe scrap.
Now, I will. What's interesting? Last time I brought this up and I was casting with Roddy, and he was like, "Nah, mate, it doesn't matter. Mate, it doesn't matter because they're both playing on the same ping." But Clem plays a lot of the ESL NA Cups, and Trap really does not play anything that is not Korea. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for anyone. They are playing under basically the same exact ping, but I wonder if Clem's extensive online, cups help him here, where Trap, maybe he's a little bit uncomfortable playing on the NA server, a little bit extra ping, used to 0 ping. And now he's got some ping. Now, I'm not going to say that changes the game, but just kudos to Clem for playing and everything, right?
You see players like Lambo tweet it from time to time, where he's like, I could have won, I'm just not used to the ping. It is an adjustment that you can make. And once you are adjusted, like playing with, say, 100 ping compared to 30, for me, couldn't give a shit, to be honest. It doesn't feel any different. For you, if you get a day to practice at that ping, or you play a few regular tournaments, you'll adjust. And I completely agree with your point there, because Clem will be adjusted. But Clem is playing pretty normal so far in this game, just with the factory.
I will say Trap opens Stalker first after doing all that probe harass. Usually when I see probe harass, I think, okay, he's gonna bring the Adept across the map, especially on a map like this. But he decided to go against now okay, wait, I Starport. Okay, Reaper coming in, trying to find some damage, and he is going to find one, maybe a second. Nice Reaper grenade. Yes,
that's huge.
I got to tell you, Grant, this map, very painful to face Reapers on.
Yes.
There's
this
the map maker
right
was and there's one in the main, and there's in weird places. I'm like, whoever made this map, they had it out for me. I'm telling you. Just go Mass Reapers versus me on this map. You'll find some damage. I swear to God. You see more standard from Trap on this map. Blink into Robo. This is you got your bread and butter builds on both sides here.
And the difference in this game so far, to reiterate, is in game 1, Clem's Reaper went into the natural and immediately died. He saw nothing. This game, not only has he seen... Did he get into the main? Not yet, but he probably will pretty shortly. There we go. Not only does he get into the main now and see everything, his Reaper he's killed 3 workers already. He's killed 4 workers already. This Reaper has 3 kills.
Yeah.
He's going to live. No. Oh, what a hero.
That's like a tilter, Trap, you had a last game where things kind of didn't go your way. And actually, I will go back and I would say the build orders kind of went well for Clem. I think Raven Tank versus a Colossus opener is actually really good for the Raven Tank player. Yeah. Just because those units are good versus Colossus and they're good versus Stalkers. But is this a 4-gate Prism coming out from Trap? It is. Looks like the Parting Special. So he's going to get aggressive.
That's just the 3rd gate, isn't it? Oh, no, you're right. No, it is the 4th gate. You are correct. Yeah, so this is the Parting Special. You're completely right. So this is very, very scary if your tank positioning is off slightly. I do like seeing the Raven with this because you can get rid of that Prism or drop down an auto turret if you really need it. But this is so difficult to hold. What do you think of it on Submarine? Do you like it on this map?
I mean, there is decent space, but it's a little bit crammed in the main. Now, there is a lot of space in the natural, and you can blink up from that Reaper spot. There is a lot of blink spots on this map, actually. So I do like the decision. Plus, on a small map like this, if he's facing aggression, this build can be really strong. The Reaper's going to come in and try to find it, which is kind of nice for Trap, because maybe he'll bring these Stalkers across the map now. But here comes the Warp Prism going into the main base, it looks like, and, I mean, Clem's still ready.
Yeah, Clem so far set up nicely. Does he just have the one tank? Yes, he does just have the one tank. Stim is only halfway done, though. You don't feel comfortable in this position until Stim is done. And you can see already just using that maneuverability of the Stalkers, getting down that bunker, and this is already a little bit of a difficult hole. Or Clem, you can't lose a Raven. Very important unit. It does look like Clem is going to be able to push this back. The tank's shelling down, and he's okay for now.
Yeah, I mean, very close. Now, okay, I like the Dark Shrine choice. If he gets that Raven eventually, you're not going to be thinking about detection. A lot of Stalkers coming in. He did cut off a little bit of bio. And as you said, only one tank, and now he was going to be going into Widow Mines. And now if you're Clem, you kind of wish you had a few more tanks. Stalkers blinking forward again. There is no stim. As you said, these Stalkers are going to be really annoying. But the Prism, not with the main Stalkers right now. Okay.
Prism actually taking a step maybe too far forward. That auto turret coming out to try and push back some of the units on the right flank here. Looks like a few Stalkers will go down. Clem holding on. He loses a couple of workers, but he's still doing all right. He's up in army supply. His worker count is even, and he has mules, so his worker count is double. And Clem holding on very nicely. Stim is finishing now.
Yeah, but Trap still has a lot of Stalkers trying to snipe down these Marauders, and he does get 2 Marauders and gets out. That is very nice. Now, the bio, it looks kind of low. I will tell you, he did snipe that Raven in that last engagement, and we have 2 mules coming down for Clem. No. I'm getting a little bit scared. Now, Stim is
still has enough.
Now, the blink coming forward, the tank shot getting in. Bio stimming forward. Now, Trap is going to have to get out of this. This is Stim Bio. He's trading somewhat okay.
This is a lot of Stalkers going down. And not only that, they're very softened up, so they're going to be less of a distraction in terms of the DTs. You want to be hitting, the DTs in one area and the Stalkers in another. But if you can deal with the weaker side of the flank, you can push this back and be ready to deal with those Dark Templars. 2 of them going into the main right now. And let's see how Clem reacts.
Yeah, now he did just use a mule in the main base. Now that means there's only 1 mule for Clem to use. And this could get pretty dicey. Now there is a DT coming to the natural as well as 2 DTs in the main. This is looking pretty nice for Trap. Now there is a scan being used on the natural, but now there are 2 DTs going unchecked in the main.
Yeah, DT in the natural will go down. Missile turret starting to get sorted. How close are we to that second scan? 47 energy. We're very, very close to having another scan here. So 6 workers go down. That could have been worse. A lot of lost mining time here. But Clem still has 41 workers. He's already got his +1 and +2 and +1 armor on the way. His third CC has been slowed down, which is nice here for Trap, whose Nexus is already done. But again, I think Clem holds on. He doesn't, that wasn't a game-winning move there for Trap.
No, but he's going to have charge. He's going to have +1. Looks like he's going to be going into Archon drop. We actually do see this a bit as Protoss. Now, the Observer has been nice from Trap. He did see the army pushing out, but, did he see it? Okay, yes, he did. The answer is yes, he did see it. Now, the Prism will come home. Now, again, a big army for Clem still. And it feels like a lot was going kind of right for Trap there, but somehow, some way, Clem always has a supply lead, it feels. But here we go. Oh, 2 Widow Mines in the main. Nice damage for the army. Out at the front, at the third base.
Very few Zealots here, and there's a whole bunch of Marauders, which are doing a lot of damage as my camera freaks out. We do have the Archon drop in the main. That's doing a lot here. There are enough reinforcements, it looks like, to be able to deal with this. The Zealots are a little bit annoying taking down the missile turret. Oh, but it looks like the Prism will go down. It does. So now the pressure is off of Clem. As soon as he cleans this up, he knows there's going to be much less coming his way.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of army at the front. It's mostly Stalkers right now versus Stim Bio. There is 1 tank in the back, a couple of Widow Mines. I agree, he needs more Zealots at the front. I'm not sure I love the army right now from Trap. He is going to try to go in a nice concave. There is only 1 tank. Zealots coming forward. Stalkers coming forward. 2 Immortals shelling away. Big damage on all these Marauders right now, as it's mostly Marauder. And I will say there are so many medvacs here from Clem. That is where a lot of his supply is.
Yeah, Clem right now, I think he may even need to lift up and go home, because it's getting a little bit scary. The blink forward as well. He's trying to trade as efficiently as possible. Army supply still favours Clem quite heavily. Reinforcements joining the fray as well. This Observer finally goes down. It's been following the army since, 1992. And Clem adding on a few extra racks. Its third is still not down. It's not even an orbital yet.
No, but, the upgrades are still good for Clem, better for Clem than Trap. And there are only... Trap's workers now moving up a little bit, but Trap does not have a lot of workers either. He's up 6 workers. That's not a lot. And Trap's tech, I don't love either. The longer this game goes on, I like it more and more for Clem with the current armies. Now, Clem looking for a position. The Widow Mine's burrowing. 2 force fields going down. Nice pickup from Clem, and a little skirmish going down.
And I like what Clem's doing as well by adding on Liberators, because there hasn't been that many there hasn't been, no, sorry. I like what Clem is doing, adding on things like the Widow Mines and more Marauders, because it hasn't been that Zealot heavy. That's what I was trying to say. The Zealot's finally getting added now, but Trap's not stopped trading Zealots, and he didn't have that third taken for that long. So economically, it was a little bit difficult for him to produce as many as he needed to. We can see now the Liberator going to be able to keep this base completely safe as it shells down. Clem maybe not finding too much leeway in the middle of the map, and he did lose another 9 workers, but he's producing heavily. And finally, we see the transition coming in here for Trap.
Yeah, finally going into Colossus, I agree. I don't know how Clem does it. I feel like every game I'm watching, and it's like, it seems like the trades are at least even, you know, maybe even the other player looks like he's eating the beta bit, but Clem just always has more supply. I don't know how it's happening exactly. And Widow Mine's trying to find damage. Trap's done a good job not taking big damage. There was that Widow Mine drop in the main, and he's done a good job at also not taking that much damage. I think 2 Prisms have gone. Is that a 3rd Prism for Trap going out? I think it is. And Clem's done a great job on the defense as well, right? Has not taken too much damage versus DTs when he had no missile turrets, right?
Yeah, he's done a very good job of staying alive despite the chaos. And I feel like Clem is one of those players, like, I don't want to say he's like Haas, where he completely thrives in chaos, but he can handle it. He can stay very calm. He always seems to stabilize and not take too much damage and fall apart. And it all comes down to, I think, just those young multitasking hands. Like, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I am really scared for Trap here. I mean, he's caught in that transition phase where he doesn't have that Colossus yet. It's only now just started, and these Zealots going to do big things in the main, but is it going to trigger an attack here at the front? And I feel like the army is actually stronger at the front.
Another Prism goes down.
Yep. But the Zealots are buying time for this Colossus. Now we do see 2 Force Fields coming out, the Immortals, the Stalkers, and, you know, the hot pickup again, Grant.
Yeah, Clem may be backing out of that fight a little bit earlier than he needed to. He loses 6 workers again, but the worker count is so healthy because he's always producing. And now he's adding in Ghosts. And this is what I think Clem needs to really take the game to the next stage for himself, because it is so ground heavy. And we all know, like we saw in the last game and in many games, how good those Ghosts can be. Extended Thermal Lance has only just started. I think there's only 1 Colossus on its way, 2nd Robo being added. That's early before the 4th base to add a 2nd Robo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it because AoE was so delayed this game that like he's finally just getting the Colossus. And we're at that weird submarine point where, you know, Trap has no workers, but at the same time, we're 12 minutes into the game. His 3rd base is pretty saturated, but he does need a 4th base. And again, you know, Clem is up 40 supply right now. And his army is quite strong, and he realizes it. He's hitting a ghost timing here, it looks like, again. And he thinks, I mean, Clem's not making upgrades. He is looking to do some big damage right now.
Yeah, and I mean, the army supply is just massive. There's a 50 difference as Clem continues to macro his heart out. But Canning, are we going to get what we want?
I think Trap needs it right now. He's down so much supply. He needs a Hail Mary Disruptor. I mean, we got so much bio, so much go, so many Widow Mines. Now there are Zealots going to the 3rd countback, but the army's coming at the front, stimming forward. There's only 1 Colossus out right now, I believe. 2 Colossus out right now. Disruptor's about to pop, though. Maybe he can get out and find big damage.
It's going to instantly die. Oh no, it goes out behind. Oh, he's going to get chased down. Concussive Shell Marauders. Get it before it can go off. And Canning cries a little bit. We can see now even the Robotics Bay is under fire. 2nd Disruptor has been unpowered. Robotics Bay goes down. Workers going down across the board here. Clem losing a few. But it really doesn't matter because he has so much at the other side of the map. He has doubled supply. And GG! Clem just beat Trap 2-0.